In our last series, I had such an amazing time visiting the south of Vietnam, where I had the great privilege of spending time with my family, learning more about traditional cooking methods and discovering fantastic new regional recipes that I was able to share with you all. In this series, I'll be exploring northern Vietnam with all of its beauty and charm. We start our journey in Hue, where dishes were dedicated to the kings. From there, we make our way up north, stopping to learn how families live in some of the most harshest environments I've ever seen, where necessity and ingenuity play a huge role in day-to-day survival. The eel comes into this and can't come back out again. Each town we visit has its own unique character, and the produce is fresh, healthy and full of flavour. I was lucky enough to source the very best on offer. I get to enjoy the company of the locals who enthusiastically want to show me food styles that have been developed over centuries. That is wonderful. The landscape varies greatly from remote low-lying areas to soaring mountain terrains in the far north of Vietnam. I explore the fascinating floating villages of Ha Long Bay and the famous street food scene of Hanoi. And so much theatre happening, street food is so enjoyable. Some local food preparation is at odds to the Western palate, but everybody needs to remind themselves, this is Vietnam. Hue is located in central Vietnam and was home to the ruling kings in the 17th century. Historic buildings vacated by family dynasties have suffered greatly over many years of conflict in the later centuries. Restoration is still taking place to return Hue back to its former glory. Many remaining historical buildings can still be explored and visitors enjoy their cultural splendour. I was cruising down the tree-lined streets of Hue yesterday where I picked up the sweet scent of lemongrass. Now it led me to this bustling corner restaurant here. I'm going to learn a recipe and share it with you all. Cảm ơn nhiều anh ha. Rồi, chào. Before I arrived at this little restaurant, a scene typical of a Vietnamese family has already unfolded, where everybody has joined in to help with preparing the ingredients for the day's food on offer. While engrossed in conversation, it's as if these ladies are in autopilot. Wow, now this is what I'm talking about. Pork and beef lemongrass skewers. It's a really simple dish, very, very authentic Hue dish. It's called Nem Loi. Nem Loi, yes, I said it right. Now, this girl here has been working here, let me ask her for how long. Em tên gì? Her name is Hiền, which in Vietnamese means very kind, so it's a beautiful name. Em làm lâu chưa? 3 years she's been working here. Now, what happens is the lemongrass has been skewered into some pork and beef mince, and there's fat in there that just drips off onto the coal, and wow, if you could smell this now, it's absolutely incredible. Now, I'm not a professional at this dish, so I'll get her help. Em ơi, phụ qua chút xíu được không? Rồi, bây giờ làm cái gì trước? What should we do first? Thịt bò vô. Okay, thịt bò, which is beef mince first, into our mixing bowl there. I know. Chao, which is pork mince, and we've pounded that to a really fine paste with garlic. You know. Yeah, now this is pork skin. Now it's been boiled up and seasoned with black pepper. Really nice. Quite chewy, great texture. You know, thịt mỡ. Pork fat, which I love, but just a little bit, you know, just a bit of a handful, you know. Xíu tỏi. Bit of diced garlic. Dill, some pepper. Half a spoon. Nửa muỗng được không? Kem không? Too much, sorry about that. Bit of sugar. Just a touch. Yeah? Alright. course, we've got fish sauce. This fish sauce is from Phuket Island. Ben Nguyen. Just 1 tablespoon. Yes? I'm going to be a bit cheap because I really like this sauce. Hello. Được không cô? Cái này là mình làm nem lụi. Thấy ngon không? She said it's looking good so far. Bây giờ mình nhồi phải không? Alright, it's got to get my hands in there. Just mix it up really consistently. Now I'm happy with that. Được chưa? Alright, she said it's cool. Okay, now with their lemongrass, what they've done, they've trimmed off the edges here, so they're around that long. We've peeled off the outer shell, washed it, and they've just dried it in the sun. I'll give her one of those. There you go. Em làm giùm anh được không? Okay, she'll gracefully do it for me. And she does around 700 sticks a day, and on the weekend, around 1,000. Alright. Now we've got heaps going on here. I'll put it on my grill. Now it's really important to have the char grill on really, really low heat when you're cooking with charcoal. And what happens is the fat and the pork just drips off and it just releases this smoky char aroma. It's absolutely incredible. Rồi, làm nữa đi em. Làm nhiều đi ha. Okay, if she can do heats for me, that'll be great. And what happens here, they finish this. Look how many they've done so far. It's amazing. And you can either wrap it in rice paper with star fruit, Vietnamese herbs, cucumber. But for me, I'm so eager to eat this right now. I'm just going to get a baguette roll, grab my lemongrass as a spoon, some chili sauce, some hoisin sauce, and you know what? These hot, gorgeous nem loi. Gorgeous. Okay. Now that was Gourmet's beef and pork lemongrass skewers, nem loi. The Hung River is better known as the Perfume River, and it gets its name because of the orchid flowers falling into it further upstream. Hue City settled on its banks many, many years ago. Only 30 kilometres long, it's a lifeblood to many fishermen and local poorer families living on its banks. Late afternoon, locals trek up the mountain to enjoy the changing colours of the sunset across this beautiful river. In Vietnam, there are over 30 million motorbikes, and today it feels like they are all in Hue. Everybody, it seems, has one. They even stop cars and trucks from travelling over the main bridge in town just to accommodate all the locals at peak hour. Now how cool is this? You can step out on the street and get some chicken congee with some chicken heads, bit of chicken liver, and of course chicken feet, and served by a very pretty lady. Walking through the back lanes of the Dong Bar market, my feet started to scurry through mounds of red onion and garlic peel. And I stuck my head in and I've noticed all these ladies here with hundreds of kilos of the stuff just squatting and peeling. Now she dragged me in, made me work. I've been here for an hour doing this, but they do this here every day of the week, 12 hours a day, and she's been doing this for 20 years. Can you imagine that? But they're all so joyous and happy. She said she's going to do it fast. If she doesn't, she doesn't have enough money to eat. arrive to Hue, you have to come here. It's a little tiny restaurant called Badar, and they specialize in steamed rice cakes. And the trick is to dodge all these prawn paste splattering everywhere. This is really exciting for me. Huge mortar and pestle. I've never seen anything like it. 60 kilos of prawns, peeled, pounded, steamed. Absolutely incredible. Loving it. After heavy pounding, this secret spice and egg mixture is brushed on and steamed in these pots for 30 minutes. The end result is a dish called japter, a great favourite with the locals. We have a variety of steamed rice cakes, like bánh ít, bánh nạm, bánh bèo hâm, and bánh nạm. Absolutely delicious. Good. Chào bác. I'm at Bác Tan's house here, and she's kindly let us borrow her beautiful veranda and a lovely home with just the colours are amazing. Now, Hue is very popular and well known for the little rice cakes, which are wrapped in banana leaf, and they're cooked with a variety of flours, tapioca flour, corn flour, rice flour, glutinous rice flour. Now, it's a lot of work, and I've chosen the most simple recipe here, just made from rice flour and water. So here I've mixed rice flour, water, a bit of salt. Now this is like a little daytime snack. You don't eat this to get full. In Vietnam, people just graze all day. That's what I love being here. All right, I'll put around 20 of those in, evenly. And they steam for around 5 minutes. Great texture, lots of flavour as well. And I'll just pour this around. Wait, bobble in. Okay, yes. I need to really mix that well together. Được chưa bác? Yeah, boss says it's okay. So 3/4 full into the little ramekins. And make sure it's really high heat, it's steaming hot, alright? Or you won't get the result that you need. Bác cái này hấp cho nhiêu lâu á? 10 phút hả? 10 minutes, she's telling me. Được chưa? She's saying my batter's going everywhere. What are you doing? Alright. I'll just let these steam until firm. These ladies work for the Badar restaurant. They start at 6 a.m. preparing about 60 kilos of prawns a day in the alleyway next door. They kindly gave me about half a kilo of cooked prawns to pound into a paste. All right, I'm happy with that. Geez, that was a bit of a workout. Now, the trick is to turn the heat on the wok on really low heat, not too high. And you just need to work the prawn until it's all dry. Bỏ dầu hả? Bỏ chút xíu dầu. Okay. Just a little bit of oil. I would have done it without oil. You better listen to the boss. Jeez. Is that all right? Okay, I did it cheeky. I put a few drops in. She didn't see that, did she? Yeah. Okay, I'll put my prawn in. She's a tough one, isn't she? Okay, so really low heat, and you're just working the prawn so it's all separated around a good 5 to 10 minutes for sure. It seals it, it makes it dry, and it gives it this nice wok flavour as well. Thêm dầu vô. More oil, she says. All right, more oil. Được chưa bác? Okay, I'm gonna get her to do it because bác vô đây, bác làm đi. Yeah, bác làm đi, bác làm đi. Okay, bác làm đi giờ. She's putting a lot of oil in. Wow, nhiều quá vậy bác? Okay, bác làm đi rồi. Bác làm gì con đi. Okay, so she puts a lot of oil in. I kind of thought you didn't need oil to keep it dry, you know? So she's added a bit of black pepper, some garlic which has been pounded, and some pounded red shallots as well. Get any mama back? Okay. She put a bit of fish sauce in as well. So I'm just going to turn this right off. Cảm ơn bác nhiều ha. Right. And I'm going to work this onto the hot pan like that, just so it dries it out and it kind of makes it all broken up and all consistent. I'm going to take that off the heat, put it aside. I'm going to take these out. It's been 10 minutes already. Ooh, that's good. Now these will be extremely hot, but my hands are kind of used to the heat. Được rồi bác, come on. Tay cháu quen rồi. Just telling her that my hands are used to it, she's concerned. All right. Now once you take these out of the steamer, you rest it for a few minutes, just so it hardens up, and then you add everything else to it. All right. Rồi, put that there. Để ở đây. Bit of oil onto my little rice cakes. There you go. All right, I'm gonna fry up these pork skins so it's nice and crispy. That's hot enough. Oh yeah, that looks good. This is where all the flavor's gonna come from. Go. All right, she's bossing me around big time. Okay, sprinkle this on top like that on each of the cakes. Lots of colour. All right, now we're just waiting for the... Wow, look at those now. They look great. All right. Just going to cool that for a few minutes. They can cool. I'll break these up. Nice and crunchy. And scatter them on top. Yum. They're like little pork fat croutons. Bit of fish sauce on top. Now in Hue, I noticed that they just break the chilies in there. Just like that. And green chili, of course, she tells me. Don't forget that, right? All right, that looks good. Drizzle some fish sauce on over your rice cakes. Yum. Now, this whole platter here is for one person. That's it. Bác ăn thử không? I'm going to let her try. A bit nervous. There you go. This dipping sauce is a local specialty made from prawn stock, fish sauce, sugar and chili. The locals love it. The anticipation is killing me. Ngon bác? Ngon hả? You said they're beautiful, the best she's ever had. I added a little bit at the end there, but ngon không? And they're my perfect steamed rice cake with prawn and pork crackling bánh bèo. Cảm ơn bác nhiều ha. Dạ cảm ơn. You will see a lot of men engrossed in playing Chinese checkers, Vietnamese style, sipping tea and escaping the hottest part of the day. The heat is relentless and constant. Being from a cooler climate, I can understand the lifestyles of the locals. They start work very early in the morning, have a siesta, and start working again in the cool of the late afternoon. It blew up a bit this morning. Now back home, I would have had to buy a new one, but across the road here in Hue, Mr. Yum here, so efficient. Pulls it apart, welds it together, $4 later, new razor. I'm looking good again. I'm sitting outside the walls of the historical citadel built by the Nguyen dynasty. Now, Nguyen, no relation to me, were the emperors that ruled Vietnam back in the day. Now, families like to name themselves Nguyen as it's a sign of prosperity and power. Now, these emperors had it pretty sweet. They had 150 wives, 30 concubines, and they made sure that they don't eat the same dish in the same year. Now, that's how Hue cuisine was created. The emperors demanded that they had 50 dishes on the table for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it all had to be different. Now, the imperial chefs had a huge task on their hands. They had to be really creative and really innovative. So what they did was try to find different things to cook for the emperor each night. Now, there's a fruit here which is called a green fig. It's kind of like the figs we have in Australia, but these aren't ripened and they're strong and tough. Now, you need to boil this for around half an hour until you can pretty much pierce it with a chopstick and it's fine to eat. All right, so I'm going to chop these in half and just finely slice it. It tastes a little bit like artichoke. And it kind of has a crisp texture, but it's quite soft on the inside. And it's a little bit chalky, and it's funny. When I say chalky, it's not a negative taste. Vietnamese people actually like that character in fruits and vegetables. So I set it like this, maybe around 2 or 3 figs would do. I'll just put that in my bowl here. I've cut up some earlier. Beautiful. So nicely finely sliced. I'm going to pick lots of herbs. So there's around 4 or 5 varieties in this one. I've got perilla leaf, which is your purple mint mixed with basil. Cinnamon characteristics, really aromatic. I've got Vietnamese mint as well. Long, spicy, peppery. I'm just going to pick that and throw it in. Beautiful purple leaf. What else do we have here? Okay, I've got this one here which is called fish mint. Now fish mint, why is it called fish mint? Because it actually tastes a little bit like fish. Very strong, very pungent, an acquired taste for sure. Throw that in. I've also got sawtooth coriander, which is long as well, in the coriander family, but a little bit stronger flavoured. It's called sawtooth because it's got jagged edges on there, see, like a saw. So I'm going to rip that up. Green mint as well. Now just pack it with lots of greens. Very good for you, very, very colourful, and very fragrant. Pick those. Now you should have a bowl like this in your fridge at all times, because you can use it for everything. Rice paper rolls, salads, anything you like. So I've torn all the herbs up. I've finally sliced some crispy silken tofu. Just going to throw a bit of that in. Some fried red Asian shallots. Some sliced chili for colour. And I've noticed in Hue cuisine, they use a lot of toasted sesame seeds, the white variety. So I'm going to pack that in, around 2 tablespoons of that. It's got a nutty, toasty flavour. Now this is a vegetarian salad, so I'm not going to be using fish sauce. I'll use a vegetarian version. So I'm going to make a dressing with some sugar. Water. Pineapple juice for the citrus, and light soy sauce. And if you look at the colour, it looks exactly like fish sauce. Okay, I'm going to mix that up. Just dissolve the sugar through. And that's my simple vegetarian dressing. Dress that up. Bit more chili, and just toss that through. Very, very simple, very good for you, and a very authentic, traditional Hue dish. Plate that up quickly. If I can do this sitting down, you guys can do it as well at home. Look at that. It's looking really good. I'm going to garnish it with some roasted, crushed peanuts. Bit more chili on top. Now there's an awesome green fig and tofu salad fit for an emperor. Gọi vả trộm đậu hũ. I heard about this little cafe called Nguyen, where people over decades have been coming here and leaving their mark on the walls. It's very colourful and a lot of fun. I've learned so much about Hue's history and culture. But check this out. Mr. Trung from Lac Ting restaurant can open 5 beers at the same time. Great way to end a steaming hot day. Next time, we continue our road trip to Vinh. I catch eels. They're fantastic. Cook with the locals. She's saying, it's not cooked yet, it's not cooked yet. And visit a family living on a stilt house in the middle of the river. The whole family lives in here. Mum, Dad, grandfather, and a couple of kids.